Hello everyone, welcome to your social class once again. As you know, we are continuing the chapter Print Culture and Modern World. This is the chapter number 7 of History for class 10th, and till now we have read progress in Japan, China, and Europe. Now we are continuing further with the next topic, topic number 5. But before that, we will conclude topic number 4, which was your last topic, the reading mania. In this topic, we have read that the craze increased for reading among all sections of society, and the impact was that they started thinking in their own way. Many arguments were given about how print culture changed the thinking of people. So, there can be no doubt that print helps the spread of ideas. But it must be remembered that people did not read just one kind of literature. They read the ideas of Voltaire and Rousseau. If they read the ideas of Voltaire and Rousseau, they were also reading to monarchical and church propaganda, misinformation given by the church, wrong information given by the church. They were reading everything. So they were not directly influenced by everything they read or saw. They accepted some ideas and rejected others. Same thing we also do. Whatever we like to accept, we accept it, and other things which we do not like, we reject it. They defined the things in their own way. So, print did not directly shape their minds, but it did open up the possibility of thinking differently. This was the impact of print on people. It directly did not shape up the mind, but it opened up the possibility, the scope of thinking differently. Now we are coming to our next topic, which is the 19th century. In this topic, we will read how print put its impact on different sections of the society, including children, women, and workers. First, we will know about children. So, in 19th century, there was vast increase in mass collectively for all mass literacy rate in Europe. Literacy rate increased in large number, as we have read it earlier also. It increased up to 80% in most countries of Europe as large number of children, women, and workers started reading. Primary education was made compulsory from the late 19th century. So this is the thing to note, that before that primary education was not compulsory like it is today. So it is unimaginable for you that it was first made compulsory for children in 19th century. Late 19th century means after 1850. Production of school textbooks became a big work for the publishing industry. So obviously, as the education made compulsory for children, there was a need of textbooks. So it became a big work for the publishing industry. What other advancement made in children's literature was a children's press was specially devoted to literature of children alone, which was set up in France in 1857. This children's press published new works as well as old fairy tales and folk tales. So, not only the new works were being published for the children, but old fairy tales and folk tales were also collected for them and published largely. And who did this work? The Grimm brothers in Germany spent many years compiling or collecting traditional folk tales gathered from peasants. Now we will read about women who were the important readers of the society. Women became important as readers as well as writers. They were not only reading, but they were writing extensively. Penny magazines were especially meant for women as they were on different topics. So they were very popular among women. They liked to buy these penny magazines, which were very cheap in rate. They were manuals like teaching proper behavior or housekeeping, etc. Women of 19th century were not only good readers, but some of them were well-known writers as well. So some popular women novelists of that time were Jane Austen, the Bronte sisters, and George Eliot. Their writings became important in defining a new type of woman who is a person with will, strength of personality, determination, and the power to think. So basically, here what we see that women, the writings of women showed that they are not only good housekeepers, but they are talented in writing as well, and they can show their strength, they can show their good personality, show their determination through their writing work. Now, our next topic is lending libraries. What are lending libraries? Lending, as you use your libraries today, you lend some books for a few days and after reading, you return it back. So, this is called the act of lending. So, this system of lending libraries was started from the 17th century onwards. In 19th century, these libraries in England became instruments for educating white collar workers, artisans, and lower middle class people. So these were a big source of educating all these people, not only the white collar workers who are the employees in offices, etc. Artisans also and lower middle class also were taking help of the libraries for educating itself. Some of the self educated workers wrote political tracts and autobiographies in large numbers for self improvement and self expression. So, as they started reading, they felt the need to express themselves, and for this, many workers wrote about their own lives and they wrote about political issues also. What further innovations took place in printing press? Its technology now we are reading about. So by the late 18th century, printing press came to be made out of metal. It was made of metal, and through 19th century there was series of further innovations in printing technology. New and better technologies were being adopted for do the printing work in a better way. And by mid 19th century, Richard M. Hoe of New York had developed the power driven cylindrical press. And what was the specialty of this power driven cylindrical press? It was capable of printing 8,000 sheets per hour. So, this was a big advancement. This press was particularly useful for printing newspapers. As you know, newspapers are needed to be printed in large numbers. So, this cylindrical press was very useful in this work. And in the late 19th century, further, the offset press was developed, which was capable of printing up to 6 colors at a time. That means colors were also in use now in the print. And from the turn of the 20th century, electrically operated presses speeded up printing work. So, this was a big advancement day by day in the print technology. And if you see today's time, how the modern time is shaped up, that is all because of the history of print, how gradually and slowly it developed itself, and now we have reached to this stage that now you are using your studies in online way, like you are studying easy way online. All these are the advancement. This way, printers and publishers continuously developed new plans to sell their products. In 19th century, novels were serialized by the periodicals, which gave birth to a particular way of writing novels. So this was the new system of writing novels. Earlier novels were printed in one go, one novel was over, finished. Now novels started getting printed in series, half story in one serial and the next story in another serial. This was the system started in the 19th century also. In the 1920s in England, popular works of writers were sold in cheap series. They started getting available in cheaper rates called the shilling series, which is the smaller part of the money. The dust cover or the book jacket is also a 20th century innovation. This is another innovation of the 20th century. Before that, there was no system of a book cover. Now, onset of the Great Depression in 1930s. Onset, beginning of the Great Depression in 1930s. It means there was a big problem of money started for the people. They were not capable of buying even their food. So in 1930, depression affected greatly the continent of Europe. So the publishers feared a decline in book purchases, as they were thinking that now people are not able to buy their food. How will they buy the books? So to continue buying of the books by the people, they brought out cheap paperback editions. They started selling the cheap books which were made of the cheaper kind of paper. So this way they put all their efforts to continue their sale of books, and this is how print reached to each and every person. Despite the time of the problem of money, people were purchasing books, and this is how the print culture developed. This is all for today, and in the next part we will read about the development of print in India. Thank you for that.